What you telling me?
What you telling me, my G?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Why you telling me?
What you telling me, though?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Yo, it's one Delts. What you telling me, fam? It's What You Telling Me podcast. You know, I'm not starting with the same energy that I normally start with. It's What You Telling Me podcast episode. Nah, we're gonna say it's nice and calm today. What You Telling Me episode 11. Thank you all for joining us. This one come a little bit late, but obviously this one's sweet timing because we got AJ versus USYK.
Yes.
AJ USYK. I ain't tell AJ because I've always supported my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Win or lose, I still got his back. Do you get me?
Course.
Win or lose, he's been a champion. He's been a multi-champion. He's you can't fucking doubt these guys. You know what I mean? If he was a co-star, he would have got taken out much earlier. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He did put in the work, and unfortunately, what would you say his biggest downfall is? What maybe not downfall. Let's not say downfall, like as if he's fucking lost 10 fights or some shit. But what would you say was his biggest weak point? Like, because I know you speak about the coach, maybe his inability to see through that and move on quickly. That's what I was thinking at. But what would you say his particular flaw has been?
Do you know what, yeah? When you look at AJ on a serious level, he started in boxing very late.
Yeah.
So when you put that into consideration, he's done extremely well. You can't even put an expectation on someone to become, a gold medalist, then, a 2-time world champion, possibly a third. When you put all of that into perspective, the faults that he has can only be expected. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got some boxers that's been boxing since baby, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then they lose fights that they shouldn't be losing. AJ, he's done very well. You have to be behind him. Even though we can see that he's not the best technically or what have you, but when it comes down to it, how far he's gone in this sport, yeah, you can only give him credit. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course, Robert McCracken. Brilliant AJ, all of that, when he's losing, but you know what I mean? But he's changed up the coach.
Yeah.
So that's brilliant. Robert Garcia is a very aggressive styled coach.
Yeah, I heard.
He had Marcos Maidana.
Yeah.
And you know how well Marcos Maidana done against Mayweather. Do you know what I mean? So, and Barrios.
Yeah.
So aggressive Mexican style. And I think it will suit AJ, but more a mindset than anything.
Yeah.
Like if he can adopt that mentality, because in that small amount of time, you're not going to be able to do much technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can't catch up on years of experience.
Of course, but it's definitely a good move. But I can't fault AJ. Me, I've done boxing, so I know what it takes to just get in the ring. Just to get in the ring is the first step. Never mind being a gold medalist, being a 2-time world champion. Nah, you have to look at it.
Give a man respect where it's due.
Absolutely, man.
For real. So obviously all those trolls, all the motherfucking trolls that are out here talking shit about AJ, like I've already said it to him. Like most people, it's easy to talk because they don't know how to achieve.
Thank
so
you.
if you ain't like, and by achieve, I don't mean you have to go out and be a world champion or whatever, but if you've gone out and you fought and you know what it takes to become a champion in the ring of at any level, whether it's regional, whether it's within, club to club, whatever it is. If you know how it feels to be a champion, from what you do, then you would understand the viewpoint that AJ's come from. But with that being said, let's be more to the point.
Yeah.
Now we got AJ. See, do you know what? Yeah. So before I move on to AJ, let me ask you. In fact, let me before I move on to AJ fully, this is my brother, Jayrilla Fitness. You get me?
One love.
You see me, I come with all the aggression for him. Yeah, like, because he's a very peaceful soul. You know what I mean? Big journey to the peace.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So obviously, like, the energy has to be correct. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. So thank you for coming through, my bro.
One love.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And like what I was gonna say was, so I was like, I follow Michael Jordan heavy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about his basketball. I don't care about his basketball.
Yeah.
But it's just like I was astonished by his mentality.
Oh yeah.
Like his mentality is very irritating for somebody who just wants to coast.
Yeah.
Someone who just wants to, or someone that is happy once they've won.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd compare Michael, like, you know, it's a weird comparison. I'll compare Michael Jordan's mindset to Sir Alex Ferguson's mindset.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was, you know, recently.
Like almost narcissistic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hungry for
that win.
Yeah.
And it, you know, it's like you do what we need to do to win. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like if it means you need to chop off your right hand for me, chop that right hand, give it to me, and we'll win. Like, you know what I mean? But like, for me, it's just the mindset. They are the dogs of the elite world when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
The people that don't see it from the view. Like Ferguson told. I remember Everest told his story recently, bro.
Yeah.
How Ferguson, their man was celebrating, blah, blah. They got back to Manchester after winning Champions League, and he was like, okay, guys, who doesn't want to win the Champions League? Whoever doesn't want to win it next year, leave now. Whoa, bro. Give the man them a day or two to flex, bro. He did not want any heads to grow out of proportion, so he fucking humbled them early.
Yeah. And you know what? That's what it takes to be elite. You know what I mean? That's the difference between elite winners and, you know, casual winners, if that makes sense. You know, like, for example, you know, that's the difference between a Manchester United to like an Everton. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, you need to be almost delusional in your mindset to be on that sort of level of serial winning.
Yeah. So this is where I'm gonna come to AJ.
Yeah.
Like AJ, he knows what it's like to win, and now also what it's like to lose.
Yeah.
You know, he showed a lot of hunger on the return from the fight with Ruiz. I know it was a fight he shouldn't have lost in the first place, but with that being said, anyone could. I said this anyway. Anyone can lose any fight.
Yeah.
You know, somebody that trains boxing but has never had a real fight can probably still kill somebody that's had 10 fights. Just circumstantial.
Absolutely.
Whatever happens on the day. Which is, I guess, a puncher's chance is what we call that.
Yeah,
but don't you feel like AJ's got a bit more than a puncher's chance, though?
No, he does. Like, he definitely has fundamentals. That's the difference. Like, when you look at Deontay Wilder, he's more just wild and he's just got a right hand. AJ, he's got a very good uppercut. He's got a very good left hook. He has, you know, he's got some combinations in the bag. You have to give him his credit for how long he's been in the sport. You know, some people will say he didn't even deserve to get to like the Olympic finals, but that happens. This is boxing. Do you get me? There's always questionable decisions.
Hey, bro, I don't think Barcelona deserved to win that Champions League 09 because they bloody absolutely tore Drogba's shirt apart, pulled Malouda in the box, swiped up every single Chelsea player, got smoked. Yeah. Remember Balak? Oh, you remember? Balak was running to the ref. He was chesting.
He wanted to smack him up, bro. He wanted to smack him up. Yeah.
He was running, but I remember he was chesting the ref, bro.
Yeah.
He was running with the ref like this. The ref was running off, like not looking at him, and he's running like chesting him, like bro. He was like. Yo, I don't think, but like, and that was one of Barcelona's most greatest teams.
Yeah,
and I don't think they deserve to win that year because they absolutely robbed. Well, they didn't, the ref, but the ref helped them rob what you would call
Barcelona FC, boy.
Trust me.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, like I'm with you on that one for sure.
Yeah.
Like a lot of shit that doesn't, you know, it's not meant to happen. It happens.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But despite that, he's handled it, bro.
He's handled it.
He went to the fucking finals. Yeah. And
like, he's no Audley Harrison.
Yeah.
Like, Audley Harrison won a gold medal and didn't do nothing. Like, you know, respect to Audley Harrison, one love. But, you know, do you get me? So AJ,
it's clear that kind of boxing is different from the big stage boxing.
Yeah. Like AJ, as long as he stays aligned with the dog mentality, like, you know, like against Dillian White.
Yeah. Oh my! Do you know what though? But this is one thing that I said. I think I've told you this before. When AJ doesn't have someone chatting shit down his face and getting him angry, rubbing his buttons wrong, and I think the smart fighters realize this. Ruiz and the people that have got something from him, Ruiz and USYK, they both took a similar approach. There was no animosity in the build-up. No, I need to take this guy's head off. There's no, I feel like if this guy wins, then like, you know, he's basically slapped my mum or slapped him, you know, punched, you know, made me get on my knees in front of my wife and my kids. Like, he almost took it personally
Yes.
that day because Dylan White was just like bringing up the fact that he smoked him in
the amateur.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and all these things it rubs wrong.
Mhm.
And those that like came across AJ with the correct, positive,
Yeah.
balanced mindset where they were like, oh, yo, listen, you know, he's the champion and it's going to be a great fight and all that shit.
Mhm.
Those guys have caught him off guard,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
when they've hit him, it's like, you know, you can see in the ring that, yo, he ain't expected it,
Yeah, exactly.
which is the difference because actually some would argue that Dylan White, a punch from Dylan White may hurt more than Usyk
exactly.
and Ruiz.
And
Because
that's
Dylan
the-
White is a
yeah.
fucking, let's be honest, bro,
Yeah.
he's a demon when it comes to those power punches.
And that's the thing, because Dillian White caught AJ with like a left hook. I think in maybe the 4th, 5th, or 6th round. But just because of the fact that AJ's like, I'm not a dickhead, I cannot lose. Do you get me? Like, I'm not losing to this guy. Yeah, like, you know.
The energy was too,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
the Nigerian man
Mhm.
came out of him.
Whereas, you know, with Ruiz, he was just confused. He's like,
Yeah,
whoa.
like raw. Like,
Yeah.
I thought we were cool.
Yeah.
I
Do you know
thought
what I
we were
mean?
dogs.
Like, I gave you my belts to hold, like, you know what I mean? Like,
What,
yeah.
you want to take it for good?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Nigga, I said you can just hold
Yeah,
this
yeah.
for the press conference.
Yeah.
For the face-off, dog.
Trying to take my life.
And that is his fucking weakness.
Yes.
That is his weakness. And I fucking love AJ. Like any like no one can tell me otherwise. Like I've defended this guy every occasion. Like, you know, and I've been there sweating on edge, on the return fight with Ruiz. I was there sweating on the edge, like fuck. You know, I hope he fucking tidies him ASAP because this is mad.
And look at the difference with who's AJ fought and look at who Tyson Fury has fought. Look, I love Tyson Fury. Yeah, but Tyson Fury does not take the risks that AJ takes.
I think the biggest risk he took was Deontay.
Yeah. And, you know, like Deontay Wilder, everyone was saying that Deontay Wilder has no technique. But Tyson Fury beats him. Oh, Deontay Wilder, one of the best fighters of the... You see? So, you know, everything's subjective.
Everything's not even subjective. It's agenda-based.
Agenda-based.
Because if it was subjective, people genuinely have genuine opinions. But actually, I think they're all following the same bandwagon.
Yeah.
And I think, to be honest, let's be honest, that's the game, innit?
Yeah.
Because the promoters do push that out there as well. Promoters are like, yo, like, I think this and that. And look, who's he for? What's he done there? And when they start doing all these things in the interviews and in the press conferences and the podcasts and all bits of media content, all these different fans that are getting it, they're thinking, yo, well, he's a professional. So when he says it, it has to be.
Yeah.
And they're not forgetting that, yo, my man is trying to hype the train for my guy. If you ask him privately, one-to-one, he might be like, you know, I'm not even going to lie, dog.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're asking him where he's a promoter or he's, you know, in charge of something where he wants to make money.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to make a name.
Yeah.
He's going to have to chat that shit.
Exactly.
So, you know, bandwagoning, people do bandwagon and then flip their mindset as soon as they've seen that, yo, hey, listen, Deontay Wilder didn't beat him. Yo, Deontay Wilder's sick. No, shut up, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Deontay Wilder's a good fighter. I'll give it to him.
Yeah,
He's a good
you have
fighter
to.
because he throws them arms with all of his might.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck technique. Fighting is not about technique. Let's be honest. First of all, fighting is about how much of a dog you are, really.
Yeah.
Because there's so many guys with all the technique in the world, but in the face of adversity, you know, fight, freeze or flight, you know?
Yeah, like Louis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder. Louis Ortiz, one of the best amateur careers in the game, like 300 and something amateur fights, but you see, that one shot. But of course, you know, technique, of course, it does apply, but it doesn't
applies.
always apply. Do you know what I mean? You know,
I think
you got heart.
Yeah, like for instance, I think boxing is one of the few sports where you don't need to be completely technically equipped to be able to get something out of it.
Yeah, that's
like when you look at it from the perspective of you've got someone like Deontay Wilder who we can recognize hasn't got the greatest of footwork, the greatest of fundamentals, but he has dogged his way to 2 belts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Whereas, like, let's give an example. You couldn't dog your way through a tennis match.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't.
No.
Like, you can dog your way.
Or like a golf match.
Yeah. Like what? Like, you know, try and use aggression, like, rather than technique. Do you know what I mean? So it is one of the few sports where, like, yo, you might not be technically gifted, but you might be able to, 1, take a punch, and 2, throw a reckless punch.
Absolutely.
Like a very, very powerful, maybe risky for you also, but because you can take a punch, maybe the person you're fighting, he might be a very technically gifted and he can throw a punch, but might not be the best at taking a punch.
Yeah.
Bro, the balance there, all that training that man with technique has done could be folded by, one bit of
Punch.
rash, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rash aggression.
Yeah.
So you when you look at fighting, like it's crazy, and there has been champions probably that should never have seen a belt. No, there definitely has been.
Of course.
If we look at it from AJ Ruiz, even Ruiz alone should probably never have ever seen a belt, based on the circumstances. But Ruiz is a dog, and every dog has its day, as they say.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, we're gonna brush Ruiz. Like, yo, guys, it's story time. Like, yo, J. I have to beg you. I'm begging you. This one, this is going on Instagram as well. This is the one that I need to like promote. You need to tell him.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
One sec before we move. Let me just quickly flip that just a piece. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Lovely.
Directed.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So, yo, Jay, I want you to tell him like that story, because guys, obviously, like, we're in an era of times where like we're like talking about feminism, we're talking about toxic masculinity. Like, I don't believe there's anything such as toxic masculinity. I think they need to find another word for it.
Yeah.
Don't use the word toxic and masculinity because
And
in
if
this
that's
world,
the case,
masculinity is needed.
Exactly. And if that's the case, you know who's displaying the most toxic masculinity? These modern women. You get me? Because you're not even being, like, you want to be a man, but you only want certain aspects of being a man. Do you get me? So
Okay.
again, rethink yourself. Rethink your life.
And it's not, again, like, yo, before they try and go about that angle, there's no bias to it, I do believe that, like, there are things that males would have a certain dominance in
Yeah.
that females can't have a dominance in.
Yeah.
And there's definitely things that females have a dominance in that males can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think maybe because the forefront, when we look at the workforce, the forefront. But I personally think women make better secretaries than men.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my opinion.
Absolutely.
But that's based on what I've seen from my work life.
Yeah.
Whenever I've worked in certain places, we've had female secretaries. Female secretaries, I'm not going to lie, are significantly more organized. They'll call you, they'll check how you are. They'll tell you, yo, you need to get this,
Absolutely.
and that done.
But men are significantly better oil riggers.
Yeah,
Or
oil
bricklayers.
riggers or bricklayers.
Do you get me? Do you know some of these crazy, insane jobs that are out here and this is
But
where
them, them jobs that you have to climb, like you're at the top of scaffolding, bro, and you're like you're higher than some of these tallest buildings.
Come on,
bro, yeah,
insanity.
bro, it's crazy.
But yeah,
So onto that note, like boxing, like I think some of us it's fair to say that boxing would remain gender based because
absolutely, yeah. So
imagine like trying to find a female to fight someone in my weight class. Like, try and find me a female to fight. I'm not saying I can't get knocked out by a female. I don't think so. But there's definitely
You're being humble.
female. There's definitely a female out there that can probably put me in my place. Yeah,
some woman from the bush and
yeah,
Guyana.
trust.
Do you get me?
Real
Some
talk.
savagery. Yeah,
You
no,
get
of
me?
course. But that's the exception.
Yeah, that's exception.
That's not the rule.
Anomalies. So
But
I want you to tell us about that boxing story, your sparring story, bro. Now,
Oh,
this
man.
story, fuck me, man. I listen. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna put it. You asked me before, should you do it? Should you bait man? Don't
No,
don't put heat on him.
I won't.
Don't, because
I
I'm
love
actually
my coach. I love my coach.
Every time I hear it, it rolls
crazy.
over my head, and I'm like, yo, he is wild. Guys. He's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us that story, bro.
So basically, I was boxing up in Hertfordshire, in a gym called
Don't
Yeah.
call the gym leaver. Don't call it.
some gym in Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
Where I started boxing, and so I was sparring, and for some reason, my coach makes me jump in the ring with like a woman in it. Do you get me? So for the first 30 seconds, I'm just slipping and sliding and just blocking her punches and taking it easy. And my coach is like, "Stop the sparring right now." And he used to call me Money Mayweather because I always used to wear a suit and I always had like £50 notes and that. Do you get me? So that was the joke. That was the running joke. Money May. So he's like, money, come here right now. Yeah, and I was like, coach, like, what did I do? And he's like, no, yeah. He's giving me a look like, did you get me? And I'm like, coach, nah, you can't be serious, bro. And he's like, no, I want you to go at it. You get me? I want you to put like, and I was like, bruv, sparring resumes. Yeah. Yeah. I just slipped a punch here and just banged her in the face, innit? As per request from my coach. Yeah. Do you get me? And the sparring was over, like, and that she was crying and that, and I tried to hug her. And that she wanted to bang me in my face. Do you get me? Yeah, but I just slipped. I just gave her a hug. And she just sat out the sparring. But it's like, this is why men and women, we're not equal. Do you get me? Like,
Because in every respects, there's always going to be something where the females balance outweighs the males, and there's always going to be something where the males balance outweighs the females. Like and you know what? Yeah, like it's
no, but deep it, man's a psycho,
bro. Man stopped sparring, cuz.
Man stopped the sparring.
Man stopped sparring,
bruv. Yeah. No,
man stopped. Wait. Man stopped sparring and said to him, "No." So obviously, like, it's very clear. Big man wanted you to knock her out. He didn't want you to actually. He didn't want you to teach her a lesson, bro. He wanted you to knock her block off, bro. Because, like, bro, you said that you're slipping her, yeah.
Yeah.
He could have at least been thinking, yeah, okay, well, she would learn how to like try and fight in the front foot.
Yeah.
Try and pursue that, bro. Man wanted you to sock her one down the pipe, bro. You deal with her.
And like, bro, it's like I was gonna get in trouble. Like, I was gonna have to do 50 burpees after the session if I didn't. Did you get me? Like, man's gonna make me run 5 miles.
Fucking hell,
I was
bro.
like, bruv. So that was per request of my coach. Did you get me? But again,
like that.
you know, that was the lesson.
Like that.
You know, men and women, like, you know,
the balance ain't there. Like,
the balance,
for everybody.
no. Like, we're not equal.
But with that being said, though, yeah, guys, don't slip up. And I warn you, people, like, just like let's just educate some people quickly.
Yeah.
JJ, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a male and you try and attack a female that trains fighting and you do not train how to fight, you are at a disadvantage.
100%.
Whether you are heavier or not.
Yeah. 100.
You are at a disadvantage. You do not want a female that knows how to really fight to you don't want to try and attack her, man.
No.
Because
she's got her reflexes on point, everything.
And even worse, bro, you know what, what I've noticed is you don't want a female that knows how to fight BJJ.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. No. Mm-mm.
If you get a female that knows how to fight BJJ, one of my guarantees is you press her. You don't know how to fight and you press her. There are loads of mistakes you can make in BJJ that gets you wrapped up. And I mean loads of mistakes that are like natural movements.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if you're on the floor with her and she starts trying to wrap you up, if you start trying to stand up by putting your hand out straight and trying to, if she grabs a hold of your wrist, she can literally break your arm in no time. Yeah. And by the way, females usually tend to have big thighs. So even if she is smaller than you, the fact that she's got big thighs could be a very, very big problem for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, like, yo, there is a balance there. Female fighters probably shouldn't fight male fighters.
Yeah, exactly.
That does not now exactly. Yeah. So we can now say there is, a female that knows how to fight.
Yeah, that is
up a man, not to call it an anomaly, but a female that knows how to fight against somebody that has no experience of fighting and just thinks they can throw their weight around.
Boy,
that could end wrongly. Yeah. Don't take it in and think that, because man said, female can't fight a male inspire. Yo, they're all fighters. Yeah, and the male's already got a bit of an, physical advantage.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's peak though. Your coach told you to sock her one. But let me ask you a question. What was her reaction when he stopped the sparring? What was she? Like, how did she look? How did she feel? Like, and also, did she give any energy that sort of gave the impression that she feels the same? Like, yo, big man, like put in a bit more.
No, absolutely not. Like, and it was only a jab. This is the thing, but that's the difference. Do you get me? My jab is her power punch. Like, do you know what I mean? This is reality.
My man jabbed the girl and she got done up.
Yeah, it was done. It was over. Man. Like, just one jab.
Yo, so she was just like probably like, oh, what the fuck's going on?
She was crying.
No, but I mean, sorry, before he stopped the sparring?
Yeah.
Like, or when he
Oh
stopped
no,
the
she
sparring?
was on to me. Like so before, like as the sparring started, like she's trying to take off my head.
Okay.
Do you get me? But I'm
Okay.
just slipping and bobbing and weaving and
Yeah.
that, and like just blocking her punches.
Yeah.
And then my coach, like, he was not having it. Like,
But when he started wigging out, when he was pissed that you weren't, knocking a block off,
yeah.
what was her energy like? Was she like sort of like, yeah, like, yeah, come harder? Or was she just a bit confused? Like, why has he stopped the sparring?
She was confused.
Okay.
She was confused.
Okay.
But I think you were telling me one time that you had an experience like that where, like, the woman was like on an aggressive thing.
Well, so obviously, I might as well not name where I was on this occasion.
Before they get cancelled.
Trust. But, this girl, she's sparring with me. Coach is like, yo, listen, spar with her. She ain't got mouth guard, so, do body sparring. So I'm looking at him like, first of all, bro. Let me just do something, guys. So I stand at. So you saw me. I stand at about 6'2/3, yeah, somewhere in the middle. Yeah. I'm sparring with a girl that's probably standing dead on 5 foot, 5'1" max. Yeah.
And by the way, like they do this. They put men against women for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you get me? It's not like we want to jump in the ring with women.
I didn't want to.
Dead. Coach is forcing it, but yeah, go on.
She's like 5 foot. And for a woman, like I've seen her against other women, she is one of the technically
proficient.
Yeah, technically proficient fighters. She knows what she's doing. Yeah. But no mouth guard, first of all. Like, the only punch, let me be honest with you guys, the only punch that I can throw to her that will be a body shot would be the Balrog punch. You know when he goes low? Yeah. Like, that's the only punch I can throw to her. That will be a body shot. Like, everything else, even if I go low and do that, I could dig her one in her chin.
Yeah.
If I do that to even you, bro, I'm hitting you in your chest at least.
Yeah.
Bro, if I do that to her, I'm still hitting her in her chin. Clean.
Yeah.
So I'm like, body sparring with her. And, imagine, this is like my first 6 months of training. Yeah. I started off the first 2 months sparring hard, like throwing hard, because I didn't know different. So I was throwing hard. I wasn't throwing my hardest, but I was throwing what I thought wasn't that much, but it was a lot more than what it was. And I have put a few I've put a few guys down, not knocked out, but I've put a few guys down on the canvas from sparring. So immediate thoughts is, okay, cool. She ain't got mouth guard, and I can't even fucking really. So I'm just small touches, pushing her back, more than anything, pushing her back, but tapping.
Yeah, we're not trying to
pushing her
hit
back.
them. Like, that's not what we're about.
And she's like, yo, hit me. Like, and I'm like, yo, you ain't got your mouth guard. She's like, yo, listen, I said hit me. I'm like, rah. Okay, calm down. Like, yo. So these times I'm still avoiding it.
Exactly.
And like, whatever I'm hitting her is just like a quick, almost like a bang in the face like that. And then like, just keep it whatever. And she's basically just pulled back like, yo, listen, are you taking a piss out of me sort of thing? And I'm like, yo. Like, coach said body sparring, first of all.
Exactly.
Yeah. Second of all, like, what do you want me to do to you with no mouth guard? Like, why does she think she's so hard that, like, and I don't get that energy at all. Like, and that's not, that is the most, like, because there's a lot of, like, let me tell you now, like, females that fight, for me, I find an attraction.
Yeah.
Personally.
I hear you. Yeah.
But, like, just because the female can fight does not mean I want her to be a dog. So I don't want her to be like, oh, yeah, no, we need to, no, you should be punching me harder. No. So, like, you need to calm down. If you're against another female, cool, you can show me a little dog. But, like, I wouldn't want a female that's trying to be a dog with me in it. You get me?
Yeah, no.
Like, especially where we're sparring and it's light sparring, whatever. Like, if you're going to be a dog, you can be a dog and progress and attack.
Yeah.
But just be happy with what I'm doing. Like, don't complain that I'm not licking off your fucking jaw. Do you know what I mean? Like,
because it goes back to what we were saying before about, women only want the good aspects of what masculinity entails. But when it comes to the full aspects that, you can get destroyed out here. You can get your ass beat. Yeah, then it's a problem. Then it's, oh, I'm a woman. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
and guys and
you're a
guys
man.
don't get that sympathy. That's the thing.
Yeah, we don't get that sympathy.
Like, you know, on the street
get
when
me?
someone's getting their ass handed to them, like the sympathy is not the same.
Yeah.
You know, when you're looking at a bunch
Like,
of guys fighting than when you're looking at a bunch of girls fighting.
I saw a reel the other day, and this girl bumped into this guy, and his like his coffee spilled over his like shirt. Yeah.
Mm.
So the guy's like telling the girl to say sorry. The girl slaps him in the face. He slaps the girl back in the face, and then everyone's like going around the guy like he's done something wrong. Do you get me?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, so again, you know,
If we want there to be a balance in
Yeah.
that situation, everybody has to G-check her.
exactly. You see what I'm saying?
What you telling me?
What you telling me, my G?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Why you telling me?
What you telling me though?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Yo, it's one Delts. What you telling me, fam?
Yeah, so back to what we were saying though, guys. Like, you know, with this girl now, I started progressing a little bit more and throwing a bit more. But despite that, I was like intentionally aiming for the forehead. Like, so I was just like knocking her forehead back rather than aiming for the face because, you know, no mouth guard. She was making it really difficult to have a genuine, I guess, a genuine battle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
of
If she at
course.
least came with a mouth guard or a headgear, something would have made it a bit different. But she was dogging it, bro, and she was literally trying to fucking hit me up. She was hitting combos. All the openings that I found, I couldn't even use them because those openings were like counter openings.
Yeah.
You know, halfway through her move. You know, you don't have to hit someone hard to knock them down halfway through their move.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And it's funny that because I sparred with another girl. Now this girl, I'll take her more seriously. Now don't get me wrong, she's bigger. Like, she's not bigger in the sense of like Bolo, but she's taller, significantly taller. She has a bit more meat in her. Like, but she's not like Bolo, bro. Like for me, for you, she's petite. You know what I mean? She's slim thing.
Yeah.
You get me?
Mhm.
But maybe like for another female fighter, she might be a bit bigger than them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, I sparred with her. She was like, to be fair, she's pretty cool. We chat anyway, like normal.
Yeah.
But she was like, you know, at first she joked about, she's like, oh yo, like, you know, I saw what you done to that guy the other, because remember I told you accidentally, like I didn't even knock this guy out, like, but everyone said I knocked him out because I knocked him down. But like, it wasn't even intended. It was a body sparring session as well, and he kept on doing this dumb shit where he kept on getting bare low. You know, in guys that do this,
Yeah.
and he's just getting bare low, like almost to like waist level. And I went for a body shot, and I ended up clipping the bottom of his chin. And bro, my man was like holding his jaw. Coach came up to him, was like, "Oh, I think it's broken." He was acting like a little bit of a bitch. And I remember she was there. She saw that, so she must have brought it up like, "Yo, I swear you knocked out my man last week." Oh man, like she was like acting nervous. Yeah, she's like, "I'll take it easy on me and whatever." But the difference between her was she takes it like she had a mouth guard and everything good, but like she wasn't aggressively progressing. She was fighting like how a fighter fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the other girl, she does fight, but I think most of her fights, she's trying to knock someone out ASAP. Whereas when I'm sparring with her, with this other girl, she was a bit more progressive, trying to set up the shot, testing man out in other places, couple body shots here and there, trying to go upstairs. A lot of leg movement. That was a technical sparring session where we did get a few heavy bangs in. You know, and we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, so like, it's not to say that I don't think women and men can spar. Of course they can.
They can spar.
But in certain instances, everyone got to know their places.
Yeah,
like,
know your place.
And she was very aware that like, yo, listen, this dude, the big dude, heavy puncher.
Yeah.
She wasn't now trying to press me to do extra, go the extra hard. I don't. And don't get me wrong, I gave her better punches than I gave the other girl, but that was for a reason. The other girl was too progressive, so me throwing even half of the punches that I was throwing to the other girl would have knocked her down because she was like just trying to get in there, trying to reach, trying to get to my head. Like, you know, as I said, but she's short, so her reaching to my head was as difficult as me trying to get a body shot on her, bro. Do you know what I mean? But ultimately, man, like the sparring aspect for women, like when the woman is very aware, like, yo, you're a dude, you be fighting big motherfuckers that you know, you be trying to take each other's heads off, you know, keep it within, you know, use the percentage, that's enough for me.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with saying that. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with someone saying, oh yeah, use the kind of power that's sort of within my range. Like, because like same here, bro. I look at certain guys and I'm like, yo, I beg today, calm down, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm looking at it and I'm
because
like,
we're gonna
yo,
scrap.
yeah, like
After this, we're gonna scrap.
if you come with that shit, yeah, then I'm gonna start fighting like we're going 100% in, all in. Yeah, and if we're going all in, bro, like I don't even think I've yet gone all in the ring. I think I've gone all in on the streets before, and I've seen the outcome, but I've not gone all in before on.
Because sparring's supposed to be technique based. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be, and that's why it's funny, you know. Like if you can't respect that, and then you get your jaw taken, do you get me? Like this is the nature of the game. As they say, you cannot play boxing. You can't play boxing. Do you get me?
But there are places that are like you go to spar to get the closest to the real deal possible. Like I heard, have you heard of in Amsterdam, Mike's Gym?
No.
Mike's Gym in Amsterdam.
Okay.
Bro, apparently a lot of like professional fighters go there. But we're talking about guys going there and like they're sparring with people, and the sparring is the closest to a real fight. I think he's got one in Marbella as well.
Okay.
I'm going to show you this one right now.
But is this guy from England, Max Gym?
I don't even know where he's from, you know.
Okay.
But look, Max Gym, the world's leading kickboxing gym. We have 2 gyms at the same location. One is for ladies only, and the second gym is the original Max Gym. Yeah. But yeah, I know about these, man. Like, I need to find their Instagram page so I can show you a bit of their sparring.
And it's interesting you say that, like ladies only. Do you get me? It should be like that. And the reason why we're talking about these things, about these topics, is because of the state of the world today.
Yeah.
You know, like men trying to be women, women trying to be men. Everything is on top of his head.
Yeah.
And again, but you know, tough times create strong men. Strong men create
weak beings.
Yeah, you know, peaceful times create weak men. Do you get me? And we're in that stage right now, and there's a lack of masculinity.
Yeah.
In men.
It's because back in the day, one could say, yeah. Now let me give you an example. In most Eastern European countries, a lot of teenagers have to serve. Now, by serve, it doesn't mean you're going to go on the front line, but you're going to train as a soldier
and
for a certain period of time. And if war does happen, you will step
you're on
up.
the line.
Yeah. And, you know, once upon a time in UK, people had to do something of a similar stature. And,
it was that.
And now, obviously, things have changed and people are just open. People can be whatever they want and do whatever they want. And, you know, it's fine and it's good, but it has to be within reason.
Yeah.
You know, we can't toss everything that we've learned, you know, and say times are changing, because we don't know the outcome of times are changing. We're saying, oh yeah, we should, you know, allow change to happen and blah, blah, which is cool. And I'm with change also. But there's some change that you can see where it's going. And there's some change that, you're starting to like dip into the realm that we've never been to. We've never actually been to before.
Like once you're going against biology. Yeah. You got it fucked up. Excuse my language. Yeah.
You can swear here, bro.
Okay,
this is a safe place.
Lovely. You know, like you got it fucked up. You know, once you're going against your biological nature, your biological composition, don't be surprised that you're depressed or you die alone because you want to chase a career over, you know, being a nurturing woman, being in your divine feminine. There's nothing. What's wrong with being in your divine feminine? Please. Yeah. And most of these women in their careers that don't want kids, don't want a family, reach 30 something. Yeah.
They all decide it later.
Yeah. And then you can't get it.
Yeah.
Because you haven't practiced being a woman. You've been trying to chase being a man. Yeah. Then you realize, oh shit, my biology, my instincts, like my sixth sense is telling me, like, whoa, I want a family. I want a man to provide for me. This, that. And now it's not coming your way because you can't, because what do men value? Fertility and youth.
Yep.
Do you get me? So
But this is what I'll add to that. Yeah. There is nothing wrong with the females that want to do that as well.
Of course.
But they should not, like, it shouldn't be promoted as the go-to now.
No.
Because if we're promoting that as the go-to, like, and I have an idea in my head why they promote things like this as the go-to, shit to do with population and stuff. Not to talk too much about it, but it's very clear that if we go in that direction, there will be less and less people.
Okay.
Apart from less and less people, there'll be times that, maybe we do need to go to war.
Yeah, exactly.
Who the hell are you calling up?
I don't want Stacey.
Niggas.
I don't want Stacey on the front lines. Like, what are you gonna do, Stacey? Do you get me? You need,
honestly, you need, like, and that's where naturally everyone will take their roles.
Exactly. Yeah. The same way, most of like these women on six figures and that, yeah, but you still want a guy to pay for the meal because that's your biology.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't blame you. Do you get me? But this is where most women are finding it hard to find, a partner or just being happy in general. A lot of these women that are career chasing are depressed. 1 in 4 women are on antidepressants. The data doesn't lie. Do you get me? So when it comes down to it, yeah, I'm not saying don't chase the bag. Chase the bag, but be a woman, please. Do you get me? Be a woman. Do you get me?
And you can fight for equal pay in places where what you do is completely equal with the man. Like, definitely, 100%.
Exactly.
Like,
and another thing,
like, I don't want to hear this. Like, okay, so for instance,
yeah,
I do understand why they're like women in football might be trying to call it out.
Yeah.
But what you need to first of all do is raise the profile. Forget about male or female. Raise the profile. Do more promoting, and think outside of the box to make that become more entertaining to the general public, because the general public is what actually makes that pay gap, unfortunately.
Yeah.
People go to football matches for males and they fill up stadiums at certain prices.
Yeah.
And if we're able to promote it to make the women's game as as commercially accepted, then you can start stabbing at the pay. But we can't start talking about women earning 100 bags a week.
And you know,
like,
what,
where's the money coming from?
Exactly. And you know what's funny? It's like the WNBA, yeah? So the NBA, yeah, puts hundreds of millions into the WNBA because nobody wants to watch it. Yeah? Like, women are talking about equal pay and complaining, yeah? Ask any woman, name me 5 women in the WNBA. They're more interested in watching the Kardashians.
The only person I know in the women's NBA is that woman that got bagged in Russia.
What? Wait, what happened? That just sounds hilarious.
Was it Grinda is her name? Is it let me find out after. But yeah, she basically went to Russia.
Yeah.
And she bun loud, like, she needs loud, like, you know, the ones like needed it so much that she risked it to Russia. Wow. And boom bam. WNBA star.
Well, you know why you find that?
Brittany Griner.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me give you a story. I'll quickly, because I'm sure people know. So WNBA star Brittany Griner sentenced to 9 years in Russian jail for drug smuggling.
Jesus.
Yeah. Now she obviously wasn't smuggling it for the sake of monetary value for the state of monetary gain.
Yeah.
But she obviously brought it in because she needed to use it for, the reasons that she says she needs it for.
Yeah.
Bro, like, everyone says she's being used as a political pawn in Russia's war against Ukraine, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
However, like, let's be completely honest. Forget about the political pawn and all of that noise. Yeah. You're going to a country where what you're doing is illegal. You're going into a country with food.
A contraband, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever hits her is, I'm gonna be real. like, there's no political porn in it. Like, you know, I bun loud like a maniac. Like, you know what I mean? And put it this way. Like, if I was to go to Russia, in the absolute, and when I say worst, because I really don't need it. So I don't, like, I can go abroad and just not smoke the whole time I'm abroad, and I do it all the time. Apart from when I go, like when I go to Amsterdam, I'm going there for that reason. But like, imagine if I go abroad now, worst case scenario, I'm gonna holler at one of my brothers that I know from Russia, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, big man, can you sort me a little draw?" I'm not carrying bud from any country to Russia. Like, and let me tell you why. Because if there's any jail that I would not want to go to, it will be a jail where I do not speak their language fluently.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like, so, you know, just to put it out there, like, Brittany Griner, like, I you know, as much as I stand by her and free her up, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she is no, whether she's a superstar or not, she is no, she's a human being, man.
Yeah.
And you're bound to the laws in Russia, man.
You're no exception.
Maybe in America they would have pardoned you because you're a WNBA star. NBA is in America, right? But talking about being a NBA star in a country like Russia, knowing sort of the tensions between the country as well, you know, I wouldn't be stupid enough to risk taking any bud with me to any country like Russia. And to be fair with you, I wouldn't even bother doing it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to say that, you know, shit don't happen, but nah, man, that's a risk that, you know, you got to think about it. Like, put it this way, if I don't mind going to a UK jail, I wouldn't mind doing that. Like, which, put it this way, if I was going to go to a jail, it needs to be a UK jail. Like, God forbid I go to any jail. But if I go to jail, it needs to be a UK jail, because I need to basically be able to find the connections to the man them that I know.
Yeah, 100.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, so therefore, if I was going to get caught, somewhere that I'll take a risk like that would be, you know, on my land, you know, which, in other words, she should know about taking risks where she comes from. But taking risk in somewhere like Russia is crazy. Do you know what I mean? But with that being said, she's the only one that I know, and that's the only reason I know her for it.
Yeah, you see?
Do you know what I mean? And put it this way, and let me just put it in perspective for everyone as well. I used to play basketball, but I don't watch basketball at all. I don't care about basketball. But I can name you 10 basketballers that are male. You know, I can name you 10 basketballers, yeah, and one of them will be a female and 9 of them will be males. Yeah, and that's just that's as far as it goes. I need to, you know, the promotion level needs to be at the same effort.
And that's what I was going to say as well. It also comes down to biology once again. No one, like, the WNBA is not as exciting as the NBA. Why? Biology. Yeah. A female slam dunk and a male slam dunk is 2 different slam dunks.
Yeah.
Do you get me? The high pace, the intensity.
Yeah. The aggression behind it.
Yeah. Do you get me?
The disrespect once they've done it. You know what I mean?
Do you get me? Like, there's a big difference. And the WNBA is only standing due to what? Males.
And can I be honest with you? Yeah, like, just to put it out there, like, I don't mind watching female sport in real life. Yeah. But if I'm honest with you, like, let's put it out there. Let me put it out there.
Arsenal ladies.
There's loads of sports. There's loads of sports here where I would only watch the females. Yeah. Or I would not even only. I'd watch the females way more than the males.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's several reasons behind it, like, and not to make it sound funny, but I'll just put all of the reasons out there. One of the reasons is things like beach volleyball and whatever. Like, let me just, like, I have to get that one out there, like, because I'm a dude, so I'm gonna be real. Like, beach volleyball, even normal volleyball, like, you know, it's a sight to see. But you know, all jokes aside, like, for real, you know, when it comes to tennis, NFL? When it comes to, like, let me give you an example. Tennis. When it comes to tennis, yeah, like, the excellence of Serena Williams. Yeah,
amazing.
The fact that she's been at heights, her sister's been at heights at some point. They've both shown excellence. Yeah. The promotion behind them. Yeah. The way that they put themselves out there commercially. Yeah. I actually no more that's going on about Serena Williams than I know about Djokovic and Nadal.
Yeah.
Some of the greatest tennis players that are still playing right now. I don't know if they're still playing. I know Djokovic is, whatever, Federer, all of these guys. I know about these guys.
Yeah.
But if I tell you how many tennis matches have you watched in the last 5 years? Maybe about 5.
Mm-hmm.
How many of them have been the males? Maybe 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe 1. I've actually watched more females. And put it this way, yeah. How many of those female tennis matches were Serena Williams? 1. So I've actually watched more tennis matches from different females.
Yeah.
Yeah. All because of the promotion behind Serena Williams.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in other words, the effort that's been put in, but obviously because of the level of excellence, the effort that's been put in to promoting her and making it commercial, that has opened my eyes to actually watch more women's tennis.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that's me. So I for me, I would love to see more of that. I would love to see when there's excellence in the sport, promote that shit and promote it hard, and don't promote it cringy. Don't promote it against the males version of the sport.
No, don't do that.
Like, that's bullshit. Like, don't promote it against the males, because whenever when you promote it against the males, then I'm gonna start doing things like comparing stats,
and then
like
you lose.
I'm gonna look like I can't even compare. Like, Serena has one of the most powerful female serves, and I can't even compare her serve to one of the most aggressive male serves. But I still want to see her and female tennis now.
Do you know this shit happened? Yeah. So Serena Williams, challenged. I think basically, just to prove a point. Yeah, they got like one of the worst male tennis players to ever exist against Serena Williams. Who won?
The male. Mad.
Do you get me? This shit happened.
Mad.
Do you get me? Because they thought because she said that, I think she was basically trying to say that, she's better than most men. And so they got one of the worst male tennis players ever. Like, I think he was like ranked 580 in the world. Do you get me? Something crazy like that. Yeah, I can't get the exact stat. And he smoked her. So again, don't compare it, because know your role, know your lane. Do you get me? Yeah,
and
we love women, but stop trying to be a man, my guy. Like, relax.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's where the confusion is at. The fact that, like, dudes and females, and basically all of the above, like everything, anybody can be anything. Everything can happen. We've got the male turn into the female, and he went to the
that's terrible. I saw it in UFC.
I think it was it swimming? Was it swimming?
Yeah, swimming.
And was smoking everybody. And I'm just like, okay, guys, look, I'm going to be real. I don't know if you think that this person genuinely believes that they are a woman.
Yeah.
But
which is ludicrous.
Like me doing my mathematics, I would just believe that this person is so in tune with, I need to win.
Yes.
That maybe this person chose to go about doing it this way because it is an agenda that exists now. It is something that's real.
Yeah.
Like, it's out there. Like, yo, you can go out there and you can do this.
Yeah.
So if you can go out there and do that, like, maybe let me go out there and do that and then become a champion and put my name in history. And this is the thing. Smoked everybody out.
Yeah. Smoked.
So,
but when he was a man, he's still a man. But when he was competing with men, he was finishing that he was
getting smoked out.
Yeah,
getting
he was
bodied.
ranked at 500 and something.
Getting bodied.
But now you're a woman,
and you're absolutely trashing. You're trashing biological women.
Did you see that?
You're trashing them, and I feel sorry for women. Like, let me tell you the truth.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for women because, like, biological women should not have to face that.
They should never have to face that. That's terrible.
Because let me be real with you. There's not really many sports that a biological woman turns to a male and would be able to compete at the same intensity and the same standard.
They can't.
So, because again, there are things that physically come with being a female, things that physically come with being a male.
Yeah.
That just doesn't allow.
Yeah. There's no advantage.
The scope for a woman to actually, go into a sport and be the best, make the change and be the best in that sport. It's probably just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like, I just find it, I find it a little bit tedious what's going on, and
it's terrible.
And there are people that are gonna take advantage of that, like so.
Yeah. Wow.
And again, like, if you ask me, not to offend, but you should not mix, sports in that sort of manner, or in any sort of manner. Like, you should just keep males and females and females. If, like, for instance, mixed tennis is all right. One female, one male on each side.
Yeah.
That's fair and that's cool. And I watch that. I'm cool with that. Do you know what I mean? You got if you got anything that males and females can do together.
Yeah, that's
compete.
amazing.
Like, if you've done a relay, for instance, I remember they doing the mixed relays.
Yeah.
On track. And that's fair. If you got two females, you got two males, that is still a balanced playing field.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But from you turn a sport into that, like, if I was a very big fan of swimming and I watch swimming religiously, for instance, I watch a lot of MMA. Yeah. And there was that, you're about to mention it, right?
Yeah.
That
guy that turned into a girl and he's just smoking girls at him. Like, how can you rate this, please?
Yeah.
How can you rate that?
Smoking girls all over the place, bro. For me, that is basically, bro. That is basically, that is basically like, that is domestic violence being promoted. That is promoting domestic violence.
It is.
You've got a male that's turned to a female, but still has a lot of the male advantages physically.
Yeah.
So now, fucking up every woman that comes in her path or his path. I don't even know what to say no more.
Yeah.
But yo,
Terrible.
bro, this is promoting domestic violence. Like, yo, let me be real with you. Yeah. That is wrong morally on every front.
Yes.
And, if someone does make that change, I have no problem with anybody that makes that change. Everybody each to their own.
Yeah.
But I would never, ever be able to accept that it would be fair that they, and it's not discriminatory or anything like that. It is fair.
Yeah.
Can you allow someone who has changed from a male to a female to compete with other females now?
Especially in combat sports. Like, are you okay?
Bro, let me be real.
If you're a guy and you like that, you need to get smoked.
Yeah.
And if you're a girl that likes that,
yeah.
you must hate yourself.
Yeah.
And must hate women in general.
Yeah.
To want to see a guy turn into a girl and smoke girls.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And that's a different front of unfair.
Yeah.
And I don't think there will be many women that would ever even attempt the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and even if they do attempt the opposite, could they even get into the promotion? For instance, I heard Dana White talk about it, and Dana White condemned it. Like, I wouldn't say condemned it, because I don't want to use those words.
Yeah.
But Dana White basically rubbished it. He laughed at it. Yeah, he was like, yo, listen, like, it's crazy. And the truth is, that shit's wild.
That's wild.
Because that's like, you guys see a female, like, if you're being real with yourself, do you see a female beating up a female in that situation? No, I don't. No, I don't. I know your history. In fact, let me be real with you, yeah? I remember watching that fight, yeah? And from the female, the biological female took the first one bang that actually connected. I saw her face, bro.
Yeah.
I saw her face, bro.
Terrible.
I saw her face, bro. From she took the first bang, she did not want to be anywhere near that fight anymore.
Yeah, 100.
And when I saw that fight, I was like, this is absolutely scary.
Yeah.
And because we're pushing in that direction at the moment, so societally,
wow.
I am very, 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 very scared for women, like, at an all-time high. Like,
absolutely.
we say we're worried about women, but actually this is putting women at risk.
Yeah.
At the highest level.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing.
And
like, as men, we're providers and protectors. We want to protect women. So why would you as a man want to see women go through that?
Yeah. And with that being said, like, there's so many sports, as I said, that I would not mind seeing a woman against a man. For instance,
but not combat.
I wouldn't mind seeing a female against a male in a sport where hand-to-eye coordination is the main and most important trait. Hand-to-eye coordination. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking about things that require strength, things that require power, things that
Yeah.
require brute force and
Yeah.
aggression. I don't want to see a mix in like and this is the thing, yeah. UFC this is why I love MMA, yeah.
Yeah.
MMA is the one place where I could watch females do something as good as males and be like, yo, that was the best fight tonight.
Yeah, the females won
Like,
the night.
like what fight was
Yeah.
it? The Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena, the second fight.
Yeah, amazing.
I watched all the undercards and most of those fights were dead. And I think even like I think even like a week before, like was it a week or a couple weeks before that, the Tom Aspinall, the card that Tom Aspinall had, he fucking broke his knee in the first round.
Oof.
He broke his knee. Yeah,
What, against that black brother?
Yeah, the fight was done, bro. Black
Yeah.
brother won
Yeah.
by technical.
Yeah.
The fight was done there and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. I was done that Paddy won, but there was what's her name? The one from Liverpool as well. She's from Liverpool as well, bro. She absolutely like she is a savage.
Yeah.
She's a savage.
Mhm.
But like, put it this way. In MMA, I could watch a whole card and be like, yo, the females was the best fight.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And that's the
But
thing.
I would
like,
never be
we're
able
not
to say
hating.
that. I would
Yeah.
never be able to say that if I knew that one of those females was biologically
Oh,
a
man. That's
male.
a tragedy.
Because the first thing my thought is unfair.
Yeah, that's
Unfair.
That's devastating.
And anybody that can't see something like that,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
need to get
yo,
smoked.
like there
need
is
to get smoked.
absolutely no discrimination in saying that I think women should compete with other women
Yeah.
in especially sports that are physical. And
Yeah.
obviously, maybe, as I said, look, archery,
Yeah.
darts. Those are hand-to-eye
darts was one of the
coordination.
first things that come to my
Yeah,
brain.
hand-to-eye
It's
coordination. Yeah,
Yeah.
like to be fair, I don't know, but like I know women that are so sick at pool. I've never seen
Yeah.
a woman against a man in pool on TV,
Yeah.
but
But
that is something that I would argue. Yo, listen, just make it mixed, and whatever woman is good enough
yeah.
to compete with the top males can
Yeah.
compete with the top males.
Yeah.
And if the rest of them are just not good enough to compete, then they compete with people at their rank level.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
100.
But like, I could never say that for football because I do not want to see somebody like Xhaka. I love you, Xhaka. You are my dog. Yeah, but I do not want to see someone like Xhaka going in on what's this Brazilian Marta?
Marta. Oh,
Bro,
wow.
are you
Jesus
stupid?
Christ.
I think Marta can probably turn Xhaka once in a
Yeah,
while.
100.
But I guarantee you, the first time the challenge, the first challenge that actually connects with her, we're just gonna be like, oh no, that was tragic. And everyone's gonna now like talk about Xhaka like he's a woman beater or some shit. Like, yo, I don't want to see that. Yeah, because also I don't want to also see any males having to
Like
really
Koulibaly.
restrict having to restrict the level of their challenges because they're worried about doing extra damage.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously they know the woman's not as physically strong and powerful enough to compete with them in a physical battle. And that's what I'm saying. In things that are physical and require more aggression, brute force, like a lot of physical contact. Those kind of sports, we should be reasonable when we talk about gender. Fuck sensitivity.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
Yes.
Be fair and be reasonable
Yes.
first. Sensitive can be second. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Yeah, I believe. I agree with the sensitivity when you're talking about it and someone that just chose to be that and they're going about their life.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
'Cause
Do your
each to
thing.
their own.
And there's different reasons for why a man would want to turn into. There's different nurturing or
Exactly.
abuse perspectives, or
Whatever.
whatever the case may be. And we're not be what you want to be in this life. But
Trust
when
me.
it comes to
Don't try
like-
and taint.
no,
sport.
don't
Like, the
take the
sport
sport and the
is
safety
already
of women. When that's at a
safety.
risk, nah, you need to get smoked.
For real.
Do you get
For real.
me? No.
So whoever put out there like that, the swimmer is allowed to do that. Like,
yeah,
is
man.
basically just turned the head of sport, and now sports is for me, bro. I couldn't even tell you what I think of sports right now, man.
Yeah. It's
I
a
can't
mess.
tell you what I think of
It's a
sports.
mess.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary is the word I think I'd use.
Mhm.
you know.
100%.
And yeah, bro. Like ultimately, I'm strong on the equal pay, but you know, I just think that
Yeah,
for the equal pay to happen, it just needs to be promoted more. So yes, maybe there is a part that people can do to make a change, but we have to think logically. Can you pay as many women 100,000 a week that you pay the males? Probably not, because of the kind of money that's generated from the males, from the male side of the sport.
And I was going to say, bro, you see, in the general workplace, the reason why men get paid more higher than women is, first of all, we do more dangerous jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women, their biology, they're more agreeable. Yeah. So a woman will feel like she should get paid more, but won't say anything to their boss in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to men, they're like, fuck
you,
bruv.
man. Are
Do
you
get
dumb?
me?
Pay me what
Pay
you owe
me more. Or fuck off, bruv. Do you get me?
Yeah.
That's what the man them are on.
Yeah.
But women are more naturally agreeable because it's aligned with their biochemistry.
And they would think that it should naturally come. Like the guy should not the guy, sorry, but the senior staff should bring it to them. Yeah. Like, yo, I'm gonna pay you more.
But that's not how it works, because it's competitive.
Yeah.
It's a competitive environment.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And with competition comes more masculine dominated roles.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And again,
but that's not to say
get paid as
but
much
also
as men.
but remember, we had a debate about whether men and women are more competitive. Yeah, that's I don't think that's to say that women are not as competitive.
No, women are competitive
as males,
but there's a difference between
the kind of competition,
and then men are more aggressive. Yeah,
as well.
So we're gonna do more to get to where we need to get to. Like, okay, look how society is so safe now. Go back 1,000 years, or however far you want to go back here, all of this wouldn't even be in the question. You'll be nurturing your youths, being a woman, and the man them have to go out there and hunt and gather.
And you know what I think the difference is as well?
Yeah.
I think it's technology.
I
think like now, a lot of jobs now don't have anything to do with staying alive.
Exactly.
And I feel like back then, it was more about staying alive.
It wouldn't be in the question. Yeah,
do you know
exactly.
what I mean? So where now you got so many jobs that's about
like that modeling.
Yeah, like bro, back in the day,
which is, by the way, female dominated.
Yeah,
females get paid more than men in modeling, in the modeling industry.
Yeah,
do you get me?
Like, and have more opportunities.
And this is all as a result of men's hard work to build society. Of course, women are also involved with production of society. You know, humanity wouldn't exist without women
at all.
But what we're trying to say is the safety and like things like OnlyFans and all of that.
OnlyFans is selling ass.
And who's buying?
Back then, I don't think you needed to sell ass. You know what I mean? Like not like that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Do you get me? So understand that even like the positions of women getting 6 figures and that today, it's due to how safe society is and the jobs that are available to society due to men. Men have built this world in a way in which now certain opportunities are available. Do you get me? You must not get that out of context. A lot of you women that believe that, oh, you're just entitled to this and to that. Because once upon a time, none of those options were available.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And if it was back in the day, you would be drafted. You'd be on the front lines.
Yeah, you would have been drafted. Therefore.
Do you get me?
And listen, back then, women didn't argue, even though they did want their rights.
Yeah.
They didn't argue with males going to war.
Yeah.
And them staying home.
Even this, bro.
They didn't argue with in Titanic, women and children first.
Exactly.
And they didn't like. No one argues this.
No one. Okay.
You know. So like, you know, like, and in society, I wouldn't even want to see that. Like, I wouldn't. Yeah. I wouldn't be on a boat and be like, "Yo, are you fucking dumb? I want to live.
Going first.
I want to live, bitch. You and your kids. Can wait. Equal opportunities,
Can you
bitch.
imagine? Can you imagine?
Equal opportunities, bitch.
Okay.
You and your kids stay right there. I'm getting on this boat with my brother JJ right now, and y'all motherfuckers can drown.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Can you imagine?
Fam, like, of course, the coward would do that.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
A real man would never, ever put himself up before a woman and a child.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So society,
we're gonna die for you.
Yeah, society, they're getting it twisted because like OnlyFans, and you know, a lot of people feel like they're empowered by things like OnlyFans. You know, they
Oh,
can empower
Jesus.
themselves.
Yeah.
You know, through things like like unfortunately, selling ass, there's no empowerment. Like,
Yeah.
and if you choose to sell ass, that's on you. There's nothing
And
wrong
deal
with
with
it.
the repercussions.
In that
Yeah.
in that respect, there's nothing wrong with it if you're willing to accept the
The
repercussions.
repercussions that you're not gonna get married. No man's gonna want you.
Or you will get married, but the guy's gonna be trash.
He's gonna
man.
be a
Like,
pussy, yo.
what kind of
Did you get
trash?
me?
What kind of trash don wants somebody that literally? No, but let's be honest though. That literally, like, makes a living off selling ass. Like, yo, I respect a woman that works a hustle. I
Yeah.
respect all the women that's got even the women that's got their beauty products, the women that's got
Lovely.
their clothing, and their lingerie lines and
It's
all.
lovely.
You know, and the thing is, yeah, like women have things, and yo, I don't care how you lot take it. That's up to you. But women have the beauty of
Yes.
the body.
Yes.
And
Which
there
is why
there is a reason
yeah.
why lingerie is sold in the way it's sold.
Yeah.
You don't just like, I don't see pictures of lingerie
Yeah.
just sitting there on a table in a white background. Like, you just see it. No, they put that lingerie on a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Because if I was gonna go buy lingerie for my woman, I ain't gonna just look at it on the table. I need to see what it look like on the woman. I'm like,
like that.
okay.
As they were saying, women are born with value. Men have to create value.
that value.
Do you get me?
And you know what?
born with-
Lecky said that on my podcast.
Okay.
Oh, he said
You
that on the
see?
podcast.
You see?
He said, and you know, if you guys go on Instagram, I'm gonna actually connect this part with that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. But literally, Lecky said that on the podcast.
Okay.
He goes that he feels like men have to, they have to really work their asses off to hold their value. Like, they have to get a good job, they have to do this, they have to have money, they have
Even
to have
the
a nice
best
car,
looking man.
they have to have
He's
even
not
the
worth
best
shit.
Yeah, the best looking man can't get away with just looking nice.
Looking nice and getting
after, and you know what? This happened in the hood a lot. There used to be guys that used to be the pretty boys. They used to get bare gal, but they weren't doing much.
No.
Yeah, and when they're with
that was
a
only
girl,
to a certain age.
yeah, because after a little while, that
the
girl's
gal
like, "Yo, what
don't
the
care.
fuck are you on,
You're
though?"
a pussy, yo. Get your ass up.
Like,
You
get a job.
fucking pussy. Yeah, do you get me?
And they're right.
Yeah, it's
They're
true.
right. You're
Yeah.
a punk. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean you ain't got a motherfucking
Fucking
job,
job.
and you're just living off a woman that
Pussy, yo.
because you look nice.
Yeah,
Like,
what?
bro, are you dumb? That's not your bro. Know yourself, blood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Man.
And this is the thing. Society would never accept that.
Yes.
Society would never accept to have the sort of, if you like, call it a stay-home dad. I call that a lazy dad.
That's mad.
Yeah,
You're
call
going
it a
against your
stay-home-
nature.
You can call it a stay-home dad. I got a lazy dad. Like,
Yeah.
unless circumstances puts you
Beta.
no. Unless circumstances,
things happen.
unless things happen and it puts you in this situation.
yeah.
But if you choose, I want to be the one that stays at home
babes,
with the
you
kids,
go work.
and I don't want to work, or I don't want to have a hustle, or I don't want to have a business, bro.
That's mad.
You are obviously not a man.
Yeah, you're a beta male, fam.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. That's crazy.
So and you know, hopefully we ain't offended you or hurt your feelings, and if
Yeah,
we did,
I hope we
fuck
did.
you, motherfucker.
Yeah, trust
because
me.
the reality is, I'm telling real shit over here.
100,
We don't discriminate. We don't hate. We just talk real talk, and ultimately, like, we know these are touchy subjects and shit, but you know, with you know, sorry, not with respect, respectfully, you know, I don't stand by any sort of gender change roles in the elite sporting world.
No.
Because in the elite, and hear me out, I said elite sporting world.
Yeah.
Because actually, I play football with, we go footy addicts. There's one girl, she kicks ball with us, and bro, I would pick her. Like, if we went to ball and they were like, okay, 2 captains, and she's in the crowd, she'll be within my first 3 picks.
Yeah, straight. Yeah.
If I have to pick 10 man, she'll be within my first 3 picks. Do you know why?
Because she's
know
got
why?
the skills
Because
to pay the
she's
bills.
technically there, but also she actually throws her weight around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So in other words, there are anomalies. You can be someone that is, you know, for instance, Usain Bolt is an anomaly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, human beings don't run that fast. Human beings don't run that fast. Human beings don't run that fast. Yeah, naturally. You know. So, like, guarantee you, Usain Bolt is an anomaly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't mean that every Jamaican is fast, but it does mean that if you come across a Jamaican, most likely they might be faster.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean every Jamaican is fast.
Exactly.
Do you know
I'm
what I mean?
Caribbean. I'm the slowest done in the world, fam.
You see what I'm
Do you
saying?
get me? Like yeah.
Everybody has whatever trait it is that's personal to them, because
Exactly.
everybody's individual. But ultimately, there are some traits that just naturally come for males that don't come for females, and there's traits that come for females that don't come for males.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
100.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
Get me. But yo, listen, it's been What You Telling Me podcast. This is my brother JJ. We just thought we'll bring you the real talk. Yo, make sure you follow my brother JJ on Instagram and TikTok. Go on, give him the socials.
The Instagram is that_boy_J20. And
Come on.
Also my personal trainer page, Jayrilla Fitness, JAYRILLA Fitness.
You get me?
Yes.
So make sure you follow that up. If you want some tips on how to get fit, he can show you some natural techniques. You know, he only deals with calisthenics.
Calisthenics.
Yeah. So you're not going to be able to see any like, you know, meathead weightlifting bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if that's what you're coming there for, forget it.
Yeah.
But if you want to see some natural ways, so if you like, for those of you that ain't got a gym membership, you know, if you can like spare like half an hour in the morning before work, in your local park, go find the monkey bars.
Yeah.
You know, go find, you know, whatever it is you can find it, especially if you're blessed with a park that's got a nice little gym setup, outdoor gym setup.
100.
You'll be able to do wonders. But that doesn't limit you to what you can do even in your bedroom or in your living room, you know, or in your garden. Jayrilla, he's got all of the formulas, qualified personal trainer. And to be fair with you, this guy, he quick with them hands too.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Quick
Love.
with them hands too.
On, man.
So like, if you do need some tips on your hands, you know what I mean? If you need some tips on your, you get me?
Yeah.
Then you can holler at my brother Jayrilla too.
And support my boy, One Delts on the music. And you get me? Like, listen, grimy. You know superior talent. Do you get me?
Appreciate
who is Stormzy? Like, who is he?
Stormzy's doing his thing.
No, he's doing his thing. But in terms of talent, like, he doesn't compare. Do you get me? Like, my guy,
I appreciate you, my brother.
Old school talent. Do you get me? Old school talent. You want to hear real talent? One Delts. Do you get me? Come on.
You don't know, my brother.
Man. Come on.
But yo, that's What You Telling Me, episode 11. Make sure the socials pop up. Of course, make sure you add them up. Like and subscribe. Drop a comment below.
All of that.
Please also, you know, if you disagree, if you agree, if you feel like, you know, whatever, we'd like to hear from you.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, that's what makes our content. Like, whatever you bring to us, we're trying to be as interactive as possible.
Of course.
Yeah. So anything that you lot have felt you didn't agree with, you did agree with, you wanted to add to our point, you wanted to be like, oh, you wanted to G-check us on a point,
please
drop the comments, hit us up on the socials.
It's a free world, you know.
You know, drop us a message in the DMs. We're proper open, and also we're willing to take y'all on. You know, you can sit in the hot seat too. You know what I mean? But it's One Delts. What You Telling Me podcast 11. No angels in a dirty world, baby.
Come on.
What you telling me?
What you telling me, my G?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Why you telling me?
What you telling me though?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Yo, it's One Delts. What you telling me, fam?